Today, Taylor Webb, who will be rejoining the school next year, Tony Welsh and Jason Walker would love to say a few words, and soon after we will start the play. Enjoy.
Cottage School family and friends. I would like to take this time to introduce myself and to share a little bit about myself. My name is Taylor Videk. Laura knows me before I got married, so I think the last name switch is going to be difficult. This is my daughter Remy. I will be rejoining the Cottage School this fall as a teacher in the preschool and the elementary school. My teaching career started after graduating from Rider University with a major in psychology and elementary education and a minor in special education. After graduating, I used my certification to teach at Montgomery Township Elementary School, where I taught 3rd grade and special education. At the same time, I was coaching field hockey at Voorhees High School, and that is where I met Laura's daughter, Juana, and I first heard about the Cottage School. In 2011, I made the switch to teach here at the Cottage School, and I taught until I had my oldest daughter, Reagan, and it was then that I decided to stay home and coach for, I guess, how long now? A 6-year maternity leave. This fall, I'll be coming back to teach, and I'm really excited to be back with my friends who are my co-teachers. The Cottage School is a very rewarding place to be as a teacher. I believe that the Cottage School really embraces lifelong learning, and that stems from the teachers down to the parents and the students. I also feel it's a wonderful place for Remy to join the school. She'll be here in the 3-year-old program this fall, so I'll be able to work here and to bring her with me. I wanted to thank Laura for welcoming me back to the Cottage School as a teacher. I look forward to getting to know all of you, family and friends, and also the students that I'll have the privilege to teach this fall. So now I'd like to welcome Tony Welch.
Hi everybody, I'm Tony Welsh. I know most of you. I was just going to say a couple things about the Cottage School. I have my daughters here, ages 5 and 7, and we've been here for probably, I think, 5 years at this point. And I couldn't say more good things about the school, but I'll just stick with a couple for today. This year I had kind of a unique opportunity to do some mindfulness classes with the kids. So I really got to see what it was like in the classroom with them, and you've never seen such a group of more kind of engaged and insightful kids, even from a very early age. The 2-year-olds, the 3-year-olds, even up to the oldest kids in the school, 10, 11, 12 years old, still have that kind of childlike interest and inquisitiveness to learn. And the Cottage School is really to be commended for that. They haven't been jaded by the learning process at all. They're just all very genuinely interested to learn. Over the summer, the school gives the elementary kids some kind of suggested learning activities to maintain their knowledge over the summer. And my kids, it was sent home earlier this week, and they're probably almost done with it by now because they've just been so excited to do their homework and just so interested in doing all the activities, the math, and making observations outside. So it's just thank you to the teachers at the Cottage School and for making it that type of environment where they're so excited to learn and to be doing their summer homework. And thank you and enjoy the play. And here is Jason.
Thank you.
Jason Rocker. I'm a parent at the school. I think the last time that I was up on a stage talking was in 5th grade, and it was a DARE speech, so don't do drugs. And I think I'm actually more nervous today than I was in 5th grade, so that's kind of weird. But, I'm just going to share a little anecdote that I think kind of sums up my family's experience at the Cottage School. I have a 3.5-year-old son, Liam, who's just finished his 2nd year here at the school. And 2 months ago, my family also had a new baby, and so it was an adjustment for Liam, obviously. And this was, a few weeks ago. Liam was having one of his tough mornings, leaving the house, new baby at home. He doesn't, he wants to be there too. And so I was feeling guilty about bringing him to school and going through all those emotions. And when we got here at school, he was doing the whole, crying and yelling and reaching for me and clinging and all of that. And I had to walk away and leave him, and so that's not an easy thing to do. And so, I was all frazzled and probably on the verge of tears and feeling guilty and all that. And on my way out the door, I ran into a very wise parent who also, has a child here at the school, Laura. And Laura said to me on the way out, just keep in mind, if he's not home with family, is there another place you'd rather him be than here? And in that moment, I really didn't take that in because I was all kind of worked up. But it wasn't until I picked Liam up at school that afternoon, and he was so happy. Like, the kid that I dropped off was a totally different kid than the kid that I picked up. He was so happy, and I could tell he had had a great day at school. And in that moment, Laura's message really hit me, and I realized, no, other than being home with family, there's not another place that I'd feel more comfortable and happy kind of dropping Liam off. I know that he is loved here, and I think that he knows he's loved here. And I don't think that's something you can say about a lot of schools. So that's all I have to say. So.
Thank you.
Lisa, do you want to mention the workshop stage? That we offer workshops.
Welcome to the Cottage School end of the year play. I'm Liza, as most of you know. I am the assistant director here at the Cottage School on maternity leave. We are so excited to present the Cottage School's version of Mr. Popper's Penguins today. This year's curriculum began on planet Earth. We visited each continent and explored the ecosystems, animals, and plants and points of interest that make each of them unique. The idea for this play was born organically one afternoon. After having read Mr. Popper's Penguins by Richard and Florence Atwater, Group 4 thought how incredible it would be to travel around the world with a penguin as their guide. So, they started brainstorming. Their ideas became scenes as we play acted. Their improvisation became the script. From the script, the entire school joined in to help create scenery, as you can see here, the costumes, and the songs. Many hours of dedication and practice has led us to this moment of creativity right now, the Cottage School's version of Mr. Popper's Penguins. I quickly want to say we have a little bit of play etiquette. Silence is very much appreciated since the children's voices are very soft. Please turn off your cell phones and electronic devices. If you have a young child who makes noise at any time, please take him outside the sanctuary. Thank you. Oh, one last thing. We do offer workshops throughout the year. Oftentimes they're led by Lauda Soulage, but we also are so so happy that we have parents that are engaged in our community who also lead the workshops. For example, this past year we had a workshop on mindfulness with Tony Welsh, and a variety of workshops with Dr. Jason Rodker, for instance, on positive discipline, which is always a very popular one, and we have it each year. And so if you haven't attended any of our workshops, we hope that this coming school year, you will be a part of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Lexi.
Once upon a time, in a small house on a small street in a small town, there lived a family that went by the name Popper. Mr. and Mrs. Popper and their 3 children, Bill, Jamie, and Katie, lived a simple life. When the family wasn't busy with work or school or chores, they enjoyed gathering together in the family room to play games. Their favorite game to play was called Animals of the World. The object of this game was to match an animal to an area or ecosystem in the world where it can be found. When they played this game, their imaginations came alive, and in their minds, they traveled the globe to exotic faraway lands and encountered amazing creatures.
Phil, it's your turn. Pick a card. Okay, let's see what I get. Awesome, a polar bear, my favorite.
That's an easy one for you, Bill. What can you tell us about polar bears?
Well, I know that they live in the Arctic Circle. I also know a few facts about them. They're the largest of all the bears, and they like to eat seals and fish.
Good job, Bill. You definitely get a point for that one. Whose turn is it now?
All of a sudden, there was a loud knock at the door. Mr. Popper gets up from the table to see who it is. When he opens the door, he is surprised to find a large box with a bow on top of it. It appears as if somebody has left the Popper family a gift.
What on earth is this? What is it, Theo? Do you need help? Wow, that's a big box. It looks like someone sent us a giant Christmas present. Can Mr. Potter come over here and let's see what's in the box? This is sunny. Let's see what's in here.
Mrs. Popper helps Mr. Popper open the box. They are very surprised to find out what's inside.
Holy cow, it's a real live penguin! He's adorable!
Apparently, somebody has sent the Popper family a real live penguin. The package has a bow on it, but no name or return address. It's a mystery gift to the Popper family that they certainly never expected. The penguin appears to be very excited to be free from the box. He begins waddling around the room until something hanging from the wall catches his attention. He sees a fish decoration, and he thinks it's a real fish. He waddles over and tries to eat it.
Hey, it's just a decoration, not a real fish. Fish, 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 fish. This penguin can talk. Fish, 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 fish. I think he's hungry. We need to find him something to eat. We have some shrimp in the refrigerator. That sounds very ideal. I'm sure he will want some shrimp. Shrimp, 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 shrimp.
Mr. Popper goes to the refrigerator. Mrs. Popper goes to the refrigerator. She pulls out a bowl of shrimp. She brings it over to the penguin and kindly offers it to him. Without hesitation, he gobbles it all up.
Shrimp, 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 shrimp.
When he is done gobbling up all the shrimp, he goes over to the table and tries to stick his beak into a glass of water.
He must be thirsty. You're right, Bill. Let's get him some water. Yes, let's give him some water, some cold water. Water, 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 water. How about we put him in the shower? He would probably love that. That sounds like a great idea, Katie.
Mr. Popper turns on the shower. The sound of the running water immediately gets the penguin's attention. He waddles over and hops right in.
Waddle, 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 waddle.
After a short frolic in the cold water, the penguin hops out. All of a sudden, he appears to be very, very tired. He curls up and lays down on the floor.
I think we have a very tired day. We're not going to get very tired, little fellow. Tired, 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 tired. How about a nap? Do you want to take a nap? Nap, 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 nap. Hey, I've got a great idea. Why don't we put him in the freezer? His natural habitat is very cold. Freezer, 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 freezer. That sounds like a great idea, Katie. Come over here with the feather. Let me show you a nice way to take a one.
Mr. Popper brings the penguin over to the freezer. He opens the door and the penguin waddles right in.
I think we need to pick a name for him. Do you kids have any ideas? How about if we name him Captain Cook? There's something about him that just makes me think he's a captain. I agree. We should name him Captain Cook. Well, it's started then. Our new member of the family should go by the name of Captain Cook. I got a good feeling about Captain Cook. He will bring excitement and joy to our family. We can take a quick to see his home. Will you kids like that? Yes! Well, in that case, everybody needs some rest. You've been a very stable eating, so I think that the last time should come. So it's time to rest for everybody. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night, everyone. Yes, good night, kids. You're going to need it.
The five Poppers tuck into their beds and fall asleep, while dreaming of all the adventures to come. Inside the freezer, Captain Cook rests peacefully with a belly full of shrimp and the icy air as his blanket.
I think I'm ready for an adventure. Captain Cook, are you rested enough? Antarctica, 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 Antarctica. That sounds like a great idea. I'm sure we will need patience. Will you keep comfort? Yes, Danny, that will advance you in Antarctica. Plus, I think Captain Cook would get lonely sleeping in a freezer every evening. He'll be able to visit his friends. So, Captain Cook, how will we get to Antarctica? It's so far away from our small town. Boat, 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 boat. Let's set sail as soon as possible then, Captain Cook. Don't forget to pack your winter coats or your passport.
And so, without wasting another moment, the Popper family packed their bags and headed to the port. They jumped aboard the nearest ship and headed to the Antarctic and embarked on the journey of a lifetime. After what seemed like forever on the boat, the family and Captain Cook land in Antarctica.
It sure is cold here, but it's so beautiful. Do you know, I better get on my map. Do you know, Janie, that the Antarctica is the coldest, windiest, and driest continent on the planet? And the Antarctica ice sheet is the largest single mass of ice on all. Wow, I didn't know that, but I did know the average thickness of the ice here is 1 mile. That's incredible. Captain Cook, can you show us your friends? We'd love to see what other animals live in such a unique place. Follow, 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 follow. They sure does seem happy to show us around.
The Popper family and Captain Cook went trudging through the icy, windy landscape. They were on their way to meet the penguins' friends and family. As they walked along, they noticed that there were no people, just icy mountains, glaciers, and cold water.
It's pretty quiet around here. Yes, it's very peaceful, but look, what's that up ahead? It looks like a piece of ice sticking out of the water. I think I need to get a closer look.
Mr. Popper slowly approached the edge of the ice. As he stuck his neck out to get a closer look, Captain Cook exclaimed,
Back, 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 back.
Just then, what they thought was a piece of ice sticking up from the water began to move. Suddenly, a narwhal jumped out of the water, nearly scraping Mr. Popper with his long, sharp tusk.
A narwhal, I can't believe it. What is it doing here? I only thought that was in the Arctic, not the Antarctic. It's true, my species do live in the Arctic, but I love a good adventure. I'm an explorer and I wanted to explore down south after living in the north my whole life. The only thing is I'm a little lost now and I can't find my way back home. Oh, you poor thing, we thought your tusk was a piece of ice when we first saw it. Oh, you mean my tooth? Yes, I can see how you made that mistake. Did you know that this is actually a protruding canine tooth? Some of my friends have one that's almost 9 feet long. That's huge! I just wish I could remember the way back to my friend. Even though many people think that the Antarctic and the Arctic are similar, but they're actually very different. For one thing, there are no penguins in the Arctic. The Arctic is made up of 8 different countries, as though the Antarctic is its own continent itself. Why don't you come along with us? Adequate Captain Cook was about to show us his friend, and then we can look at my map and you can start your journey home.
The Popper family, Captain Cook and the narwhal, continued on their way until they reached a coastal area covered in penguins.
Friends, 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 friends! Look at those penguins! Captain Cook, did you have fun on your adventure? We missed you. This must be one of Captain Cook's friends. Yes, I am one of Captain Cook's friends. Coral, it's a pleasure to meet you. Did you have fun on your adventure? Well, the whales, of course. They know maps better than any other animal, according to their migration patterns. I'm glad we got to see what Captain Cook is from, but I'm sorry to get a little cold. Do you think we should visit a new place? Yeah, let's visit somewhere warm. Captain Cook, any ideas? Desert. Captain Cook's right. It doesn't get warmer than a hot desert in the afternoon. Looks like we're off to Africa then. Coral, can you show us how to get there on the map? Sure. I can also show you my dam.
Everyone gets their water bottle. They take turns gently pouring water into the camel's mouth. Slowly but surely, the camel begins to feel rejuvenated. And then, miraculously, he stands up and speaks.
Thank you, thank you. You gave me water when I needed it most. I was in real trouble. I don't know how much longer I would have lasted in this hot sun.
You're
welcome. There must be some way I can repay you for your kindness. What can I do for you?
Well, we need is most water. Do you know where we can find some water?
Yes, follow me.
The camel leads the Poppers and Captain Cook through the hot, sandy desert on a search for water. After walking for a little while, they come across a small pond.
Hey, look, there's a pond. I see water. Thank goodness. I'm thirsty. Thank you, Camel. You found us water. Not so fast, kids. Do you see what I see?
The thirsty group of travelers approach the pond, and just then, out jumps a terrifying creature. A humongous, menacing-looking desert scorpion begins to circle the pond. Bill says it's a scorpion.
Everybody back up, it's a scorpion. Scorpion, scorpion, scorpion.
Scorpion, scorpion.
Oh no, this is not good. I know that scorpion.
Get away from my paw. Please, we just came to get some water. We're very thirsty. No water for you or anybody else. Can we please have some more? We've been traveling for hours.
The scorpion raises his sharp, pointy stinger tail in the air and lunges towards Captain Cook.
Get away, little penguin, and don't come back. Run, Captain Cook, he's after you. Run.
The terrifying giant scorpion chases Captain Cook around with his big stinger tail in the air. Captain Cook waddles away as fast as he can to escape the giant scorpion. Just then, the camel steps in to protect his new friend.
Stop it! You leave my friends alone. We will find water somewhere else. Go back to your little pond. Come on, guys, follow me.
The Poppers and Captain Cook follow the camel away from the little pond and the deadly scorpion. They head off to search for water somewhere else in the scorching hot desert.
Do you know somewhere else we can find water, Camel? I'm so thirsty.
Yes, I know a few tricks to find water in the desert. Do you see that cactus?
That cactus is over there is a pithy-tailed cactus. There is water inside a pithy-tailed cactus. Is that right, Phil?
That's right. I learned about that in natural science class. The only trick is getting inside the cactus.
You leave that to me, guys. I exactly know what to do.
The camel backs up to the cactus and then with one mighty kick of his giant hoof, he knocks the cactus over.
Great. Now we have to squeeze the flesh from inside the cactus. Everyone grab your bottles.
Everyone brings their water bottle over to the cactus. Bill removes chunks of flesh from inside the cactus and squeezes the water out. Next, he fills everyone's water bottle. The camel has saved the day.
Thank you, Camel. We really need this water.
You kind people gave me all your water when I needed it most. You saved my life. The least I could do was return the favor. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
Now we are going to the rainforest. Can you please lead us to the edge of the desert?
Yes, follow me.
The Poppers and Captain Cook follow the camel as they begin their journey to the rainforest.
The popper and captain?
Popper and Captain Cook are on their way to the Amazon rainforest. They are all looking forward to traveling to an ecosystem where it rains every day after being in the Sahara Desert. They will miss their new friend, the camel, but they are looking forward to new adventures and meeting new creatures along their travels. It was a long journey to the edge of the desert and an even longer one, the Amazon rainforest. From Africa to South America, the Poppers and Captain Cook were excited to explore such a different climate. Upon arriving, the travelers were struck by the tall tropical trees and the moist air.
Well, we finally made it, and look at that. We are right by the Amazon River.
I can't believe how humid it is in here. Can you believe that the temperature here stays so consistent throughout the year? The difference between day and night temperature is greater than the average temperature difference between any two seasons. We have come across so many different animals during our travels. I wonder what animals we will run into here.
I can see that the fauna is so rich in this. I can see that the fauna is so real alive.
Captain Cook, are you familiar with the animals in the Amazon rainforest? Jaguars, 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 jaguars. There are jaguars in the Amazon? Yes, Katie, the jaguars right here.
The Poppers all looked around to see 4 jaguars swarming upon them. They were under attack. They would have to think fast In order to get out of this bind, Captain Cook, remaining calm, came up with a solution quickly.
Good idea, Captain Cook. Look, there's a raft. We'll have time to escape these carnivorous cats. How will we escape on a boat with no motor? I know! Captain Cook is an expert swimmer. He can be our motor.
The Popper family scrambled onto the raft while Captain Cook jumps into the water. Holding onto the raft with his beak, the penguin proceeds to swim as hard as he can. As he picks up speed, it is apparent that he is really an expert swimmer. They get to the other side of the wide river.
Well, looks like Cat's not going to let you on. Thank you for saying Captain Cook. I felt much safer. We are on the other side of the river. Does anyone feel that rain? You're right, it's raining. And look over there, a rainbow.
The Poppers and Captain Cook admired the beautiful colors of the rainbow. Just then, 3 birds flew down from one of the tall trees. They were beautifully colored parrots.
Welcome to the Amazon rainforest, travelers. I do believe this is the first time I ever saw a penguin in the forest. Fail it, fail it, fail it, fail it. I'm not just any old parrot. I'm a scarlet macaw. I'm big. How do you eat the seeds with that beak of yours? Our beak is very strong and we use it to crush things. If you are native to this forest, you must be familiar with how to leave. Do you know the best way to the coral reef? After that jaguar attack, I was trying to think this place is a little too dangerous for us. There are many dangerous animals in this forest, like prison dark, piranhas, and anacondas. But for me and you all, it's clear that there are some very nice animals too. Yes, like 3-toed sloths and tapirs and capybaras. But nonetheless, I can show you the way to the greater most largest coral reef in Australia. Follow me. Thank you, pirate friends. Off we go on another adventure. And we...
Cody, we need to come to the Mexican highways. Can you bring it? We need to come.
adventurous traveler's journey has brought them to the most fascinating place, a coral reef. As they swim along, they are mesmerized by the beauty that they behold. Breathtaking colors and forms, tropical fish, and emerald green sea plants envelop them in astounding beauty.
This is amazing. Yes, this is incredible. And I can't believe how colorful and beautiful these plants are.
How amazing and beautiful, they're not plants.
You actually like them. They're not actually plants. They're actually animals. Yes, very fresh to animals. Coral reefs are very important ecosystem for many reasons. We learned about them at the Cottage School and Natural Science class. Coral reefs provide shelter and protect many sea creatures just gone. Coral reefs act as shelter and protect their eggs from predators. That's why you can see so many amazing creatures here. Speaking of amazing creatures, look at those fish! Fish, 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 fish! I think they're coming over to say hi.
The beautiful tropical fish circle around and swim closer and closer to their new friends. All of a sudden, another fish appears on the scene. A very large fish. A very scary fish. A very hungry fish.
Oh, I see. Quabble, big quabble, it's a great white star. Hungry for fish! Hungry for fish!
The massive great white shark is looking for his dinner. The beautiful fish swim away as the hungry great white shark swims after them. He is determined to catch himself some dinner.
Fish hungry for fish!
Please don't eat me, nice shark. Without hesitation, Captain Cook decides to jump in and help his friends escape the hungry great white shark.
Stop, Captain Cook. He's going to eat you too. I think he's trying to save the fish.
Captain Cook swims right in front of the great white shark. When he sees the plump penguin, he decides that Captain Cook would make a more satisfying meal and begins chasing the penguin.
Hungry for penguin! Hungry for penguin!
Oh no, I think Captain Cook's in real trouble now.
No, I can't. Captain Cook has a plan.
Captain Cook does indeed have a plan. Just as he swims out of the way of the great white shark's razor-sharp teeth, Captain Cook leads him through a maze of coral. Then he swims through an opening in one of the reefs. Unfortunately for the shark, he's a bit too large and he gets stuck and he can't get out.
What a clever little penguin! He's a clever little penguin. He managed to jump the shark and save the fish, and then here they come. Stay for me. Scary, 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 scary. I can't see.
You're glad I had to become a sushi dinner. Now you're a captain. Now you're a captain.
Captain.
I'm so mad. Did you guys see what I just saw?
Yes, Bill, it was amazing. Captain Cook is amazing. Or should I say, Captain Coral. That was amazing how Captain Cook saved the fish. But look over there. Look at that shark. He looks pretty upset. Yes, he does look quite unhappy. I've been quite unhappy. If I could move, how about we go talk to him to make a compliment? We can teach him the mindfulness shark and decide.
They go to see the shark. He is still moaning and groaning. They decide to talk to him and see if he's willing to work things out.
We want to set you free, but we can't set you free if you're going to eat us. If we set you free, will you agree to stop trying to eat the fish?
I like that proposal, Katie. Maybe he's become a vegetarian like us.
Yeah, will you agree to be a vegetarian great white shark from now on? Vegetarian!
I think he's agreeing. Let's set him free.
Okay now, Mr. Shark. Plants are delicious foods.
The poppers grab a hold of the shark's tail and pull and pull. Before long, the great white beast has been set free. He swims around as if it's the happiest day of his life. He then swims over to the fish. He does not eat them. As if to say, follow me, they begin to swim slowly away. The shark follows them and leads them to a great big juicy plant. He takes a bite, and his new friends, the fish, nibble on the plant right alongside of him.
I can't believe this is really happening. Well, look at that. A vegetarian boy was shot. Who would have thought that would be possible?
May I play tricks on me? Is this really happening?
You are amazing pig and Captain Cook. I do believe this is time to get home. What do you say, Captain Cook? Home, 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 home. Yes, it's been a very exciting journey, but I think we're ready for some peace and quiet. Captain Cook, you know the best way home. But I'll follow you. Home, 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 home.
Captain Cook swims off and the poppers follow. Their visit to the coral reef has been a memorable one. The final leg of their journey will lead them back home. After a long, long journey all around the world, the Popper family and their penguin, Captain Cook, returned to their small town. By the time they made it home, it was winter again, and the snow was beginning to fall from the sky.
Look, it's snowing. I wonder how long our journey was. When do you think the snow started? Can we go out and play in the snow? Okay.
The Popper family went out to play in the snow. They all laid down, and they started making snow angels. Not soon after, Captain Cook began trotting away. Where was he going? The Popper family decided to follow him.
Captain Cook, slow down.
Where are you going?
Beach, 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 beach.
Head to the beach, come on.
The Popper family followed Captain Cook to the beach, where they meet with a surprise.
What's that waddling towards us? It looks like another penguin. It sure does look like another penguin, Penny. We should ask Captain Cook what's going on. Captain Cook, who is this other penguin? Friend, 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 friend. How did this penguin get here? It must have followed us.
I came from Antarctica. I swam and I swam until I got here. Is it okay if I stay with you?
I would really like another penguin friend. Two penguins, this is really exciting. We should ask Captain Cook, what are we going to name this penguin? Flag, 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 flag.
I have known Captain Cook for as long as I can remember.
But where will all these penguins sleep? There isn't enough room in the freezer. And before we know it, the snow is gonna melt and it's gonna be spring. What if we try and make it into Antarctica? Yes! But how will we do that? We can gather some snow and ice from outside and bring it in the basement. And install a giant air conditioner.
Sounds to me like that will work. We should also keep it full of water and keep it stocked with fresh fish.
Fish, 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 fish.
The Popper family and their two penguins made their way back towards the house. Before long, the Popper family had a mini Antarctica right in their basement. The Poppers and their penguins lived happily ever after and never forgot about their amazing adventure.
Gigi Kurowski. Oliver Max Winning. Liam Rocker. Kira Ryan. The Cottage School teachers, Connie Fernandez, Martina Malikova, Michael Peter, Ryan Sanchez, Gloria Torres, Raisa Shear, and substitute teachers, Heather Brown and Taylor Webb. Stage crew, Tony Welsh and Anna Garrett. The sound director, Alma Draft. The pianist, William Stanford. The Grace Santello. Photographer, Kathy O'Leary. And the person here, Frank and Jorge. Thank you for bringing it. And then the luncheon organizer, Laura Ricardo, thank you, Laura, for all the contributors for coming to lunch. Now the students will go downstairs to change their clothing and receive their books during the closing circle, and then they will return to you for lunch. And so from that moment, they are under your supervision. Thank you all for coming and enjoy the rest of the party. Did we get a picture, Kathy, of everybody? Did we do it? Just hold on one second, we're going to do a picture with everybody.